What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're going to be talking about your guys' appointment calendar, specifically the one that you're going to be building in Go High Level. I know that a lot of you may be using Calendly right now, and that's totally fine. You can totally apply all this to that system that you're currently doing. But majority of you are using Go High Level, which I'd highly recommend if you aren't using it already for your agency, regardless of if you run ads for e-commerce business or if you run ads for lead gen or you do anything, right? It's going to make your life easier. Okay. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to have this document set up so that you guys can read through it, because honestly, I'm going to be basically running through a lot of this in real time on my Go High Level account, but you guys can read through all of this yourself. It's very, very simple and very straightforward. But what I want to show you guys is just basically how to set up your guys' calendars, because again, it's very, very simple. So I'm going to head on over to my Go High Level account. We're going to move that there. Great. All right. So basically all you need to do to create your calendars is once you basically create your Go High Level account and then you have your sub accounts, just click the sub account you want to create your calendars in, right? So you're going to come here, go to, for me, it's Pinnacle Media. And then I'm going to go into calendar settings. Okay. So calendar settings is going to show me all of my call appointments. So basically I have a discovery call one, I have a follow-up meeting, and I have a client check-in call. And then I also have a hiring meeting one just for when I'm hiring new employees. Okay. So very, very simple. Now let's walk through the discovery call, because this is going to be basically how you set everything up. So what you're going to want to do first is obviously you're going to want to make sure you just go through all of these columns. It's going to be very easy to set up, but just make sure you go through all these columns and look at every section carefully so that you fill in the proper information. Okay. So give it a name. I gave my discovery call, upload your calendar logo, make it look nice, fill in your description. Okay. So again, mine's very, very simple here. During this meeting, we'll learn more about your business and identify how our growth firm can help serve you with our Google Ads service. By the end of this call, we'll know if it's a good fit to work together. Okay. Make it very clean, make it very simple, right? URL, very simple, Pinnacle Media discovery call. Okay, now this is important. Obviously, the meeting invite title, just give it, I think this is pretty much, automated, but make sure that it's, contact name and then your name. Appointment distribution. This makes more sense when you have maybe multiple salespeople taking calls, but for me, it's just optimized for availability. And then I just add my name. For me, it's, of course, me, high priority, Zoom. We're good to go. All right. Now let's talk about availability. So again, this is totally based up to you. Set it to whatever times that you'd like. For me, I like starting my calls at 9:30 a.m. and I like running them till about 4 p.m. Okay. For you guys, it can be a little bit different. And then of course, I don't take calls on Saturdays and Sundays. Now, recurring meetings, turn that off. You're going to want to make sure that you have, set your intervals properly. Again, this might just change a little bit more. The biggest thing to take into consideration is these two columns. Okay. So make sure that you set your minimum scheduling notice to 16 hours, meaning, if you're having dinner at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., on a Wednesday evening, that people can't book in a call with you for the next day at 9 a.m. because it might catch you off guard. You might not be checking your emails at that time. So just make sure it's about 16 hours in advance. That way you're protected. So if you're having dinner on a Wednesday evening, they can only book in for like a Friday, right? So just make sure you set it properly. And then in terms of date range, I'd recommend that you have this set to 7 to 10 days max. And the reason for that is basically the date range is how far in advance people can schedule in a call with you. And once you start going over 10 days, people may actually schedule a call 2 weeks from now and they just forget about the call. Even if you have those reminders and automations in place, they're not excited about the call anymore. And you start to kind of risk that they don't show up. So just make sure you keep it to 7 to 10 days. Okay. And then I have my buffer time set to 15 minutes. Okay. Super, super simple. All right. Now, forms and payments, really easy. So for this, what you're going to need to do on Go High Level, I know it's a little bit differently on Calendly, but on Go High Level, you have to create a form basically. So if you go into your sites section and you go into forms, you have to create a form that you can then embed into this calendar. So for me, it's the discovery call questionnaire, right? So we have this. So you want to make sure that it's set up properly. And then, of course, have this set toggled on, add guests, right? So this will allow your attendee to add multiple attendees to it, multiple guests, name and email, confirmation page. This kind of plays a bigger role down the line when you have your VSL funnel set up. So basically, I have a 4-step funnel, opt-in page, VSL page, booking call page, and my confirmation page. You can leave this to default for now, but if you have your 4-step VSL set up and you have that confirmation page, make sure that when people book in the call that you redirect them to a redirecting page, okay? And just to kind of show you guys, if I can copy and paste this, which I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, that was really inconvenient. All right, let's plug this in here. All right, so this is basically the confirmation page, okay? So as you can see here, your appointment is confirmed. People can click here. I think I have this set to automatically play, and it does. All right, so this basically is just a video congratulating them on joining. And then I answer a few FAQ questions as well too, okay? So how we are different from other marketing companies, and then what kind of campaigns we typically run on Google, all right? So super, super simple. If you don't have that page set up, don't worry, just leave it to the default page, okay? Not a big deal. Then as you come down, auto confirm new calendar meetings, make sure you do that. If you need to toggle this on, if you take payments for your projects, you can more than happy to set that on. We just leave it off, okay? Now, notifications and additions, again, select the type of notification, leave that to what it is. Make sure you select contact, guest, and assigned user. This is, who is going to receive the notification. Allow Google Calendar to send invitations or update emails to attendees. Yes. Assign contacts to their respective calendar, team members each time an appointment is booked. Yes. Allow reschedule meeting, allow cancellation meeting, and then add additional notes. Okay. Very, very simple. Customizations, again, very simple. Neo, I added my branding to it. Very, very simple. Schedule meeting, again, very it's all very, very simple. Okay. Now, the one thing that you guys do need to be made aware of, right, is when you are creating an actual calendar event, it's gonna ask you to it's gonna bring you to this page first. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to collect round robin, and the reason for that is because round robin is going to create a unique Zoom link or Google link meeting URL for your prospect to actually join. I'm not too sure why it doesn't work with like Simple Calendar or a lot of these other things, but basically just make sure that you select round robin for all of them. Okay. If you actually look at all of my events, they're all round robin calendar types because it creates a unique URL for your attendee to actually join. Okay. There's no other reason to do it. Just keep it that way. It's going to make your life very, very easy. If you don't select that one, you're going to wonder why your calendar isn't working properly and people aren't joining. And that's why. So just make sure you select round robin. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, let me know inside of school. We'll be more than happy to help you guys out. And like I said, this basically just walks through all the automations, everything that you need to do in terms of setup for your account, but we'll dive into automations and everything down the road. Okay. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll chat to you guys very soon.